What's going on, people? Thursday midnight, Wednesday night, live from Waco, Texas. About to go to bed here soon. Gotta get my Cowboys post game, man. Been a busy man today, but people wanted to see it. There's really nothing to talk about. I feel like obviously one of the great games you ever see. Greatest shootout probably of all. One of the greatest shootouts of all time. Probably that matched closely to the Arizona Cardinals Green Bay shootout in the 2010 playoffs, I believe. That was a great game, great performances. Not really much to talk about here, man. Cowboys lose a game they're supposed to lose, but obviously Cowboys always play to opponent's level. We've seen this before. They usually don't get blown out. You usually don't see the Cowboys getting blown out as often. You always usually see them make it a close game, no matter who it is. Lose at the end. A few years ago, we had the Pats on the road. Really good team. They made the Super Bowl that year, I believe. And we had them beat in New England, and you just fuck it up and lose. I mean, there's no. We always play the opponent's level. Romo played the game of his life. Manning, just a typical Manning game from this year, but I mean, like, you want to criticize defense here, but like both defenses are awful. We already know Denver's defense was bad. Dallas defense just showed how bad they were. I mean, we threw the ball downfield. The offense threw the ball downfield. Romo got the 83-yard touchdown to Terrence Williams, which is great. And that probably helped his confidence out big time. Des Bryant only had 6 catches. You think like he'd had more. He only had 6 fucking catches. One long catch. I think where he missed a touchdown by like 2 yards, but at least we ended up scoring with the great Cole Beasley. Jason Witten, 7 catches. I mean, damn, this guy Romo had passes to about 9 different receivers. I mean, really kicked two. We had 2 field goal attempts, 6 extra points. Obviously, Romo threw 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. No one's denying that Romo had a brilliant game. We know he can have his brilliant games, but obviously he messed up in the time that he shouldn't have messed up. And the thing is, the world, pretty much Twitter knew it was coming. It was ready to melt, and it happened. I mean, that was probably the easiest thing to predict all week at that moment in time, but it happened. I mean, but you got to move on now. You get a fight against probably the best team in the NFL. You only lost by 3, but we know we're not 3 points. We know we're not that close to the best team in the NFL. We're probably right now. I don't know where we stand, but next we got the Redskins coming up here this week. RG3. It's been a bum so far this season, but they're coming off a bye week. I think they know they play like trash. They're coming off a fresh win against Raiders about 2 weeks ago. I mean, I think the Redskins can be revived, and you might see a little bit I think you might see a good, healthy RG3 looking good out there, especially against our shitty defense. So, and then I can see Alfred getting back into a groove. I mean, it's a big game Sunday night. Everyone's picking us to win. I mean, I say we win too, but man, one of those games that's going to come down to the last minute. Who knows? Maybe we'll make one defensive play, which it seems like we haven't made it in a while. I mean, those 6 turnovers week 1 were stupid as fuck now when you think about it. Because every team's got at least even like the terrible Eagles ended up getting like 4 turnovers for the game. Ended up forcing 4 turnovers against the Giants. I mean, obviously the defense had world trouble, no pass rush. Romo, the thing with Romo is he'll have these brilliant games, and then we play to opponent's level, and you can see him come out. I can see him come out and throw a pick early, or I can see him be kind of a slow start. Like, he does this. We Cowboys do this all the time. He even does this all the time. Last year, fucking versus this shitty ass Redskins defense on Thanksgiving Day. Freaking, I don't even know how many points we ended up having, but I think we only had like 30 or 6 points at halftime, and Redskins easily pretty much won that game in the second quarter where they threw 4 touchdowns. Cowboys sometimes lack urgency, and they have urgency against like the best teams, but they lack it against shitty teams. They play at opponent's level. We'll see how they are. Obviously, Romo's not going to throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns this week, but right now they need to win more than anything so they can have some breathing room in the division lead, because currently the Cowboys are tied at 2-3 with the Philadelphia Eagles, who they play in Week 7. What else should I talk about? The Cowboys. I mean, Jerry Jones made a comment about having positive remarks for Romo. Obviously, you don't have negative remarks, but I mean, you gotta say something, man. You can't. Obviously, he has $60 million guaranteed underneath his ass or whatever. You gotta make a little criticism. Get him more. You gotta get him more juiced up for the next game. Because if you don't juice him up, sometimes the urgency is gonna be gone. But we'll see what happens this Sunday. It's an interesting game. Cowboys favored up at high 7 right now. I feel like the spread is way too high, but obviously Vegas giving respect after last week. But you know what, the Cowboys expect the unexpected, and I ain't got nothing else for you guys. All I gotta say is, go Cowboys, I guess. Alright, good night, guys.